Good morning, Fatin Afika. Fatin Afika, can you hear me? I'm quite away from the mic. Can you still hear me? Or it's not so clear? I can still hear you. Well, okay, great. Because if it's not working, I need to get a mic because I want to start teaching standing. Uh, I want to lose some weight. So fat already now. Good morning, Hidayati. Thank you, thank you. This tudung is by Niloufar. Cannot see. Bye bye. So big lah my lengan. Stay away from the camera. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Anyone not fasting? I'm fasting. Now it's 7:59. We've got 17 people. So make sure the ones who are in, please sign in your attendance on Google Form. I did not create an attendance on eFuture because I forgot. Yesterday was Monday Blues. How many are in 23? How many do we have? We have 33. So we need about 10 more people before I start. 2 minutes. I'm going to give it about 3. About 3 more minutes, then I'll begin. Okay, we've got about 24 people now and 38:05. I'm going to start, yeah? So for those who are in, I need you to type your name in the chat section so I can tell you with the attendance. So start writing your name in the chat section. Write it in capital letters so it's easy. It's going to be easy for me to read because, orang tua, I can't see. So please write your name in capital letters in the chat section, yeah? So I'm going to give that about, let's say, 2 minutes. Just typing your full names. I only need your full names. I do not need your matrix number. Can you hear me? If you have problems hearing my voice, let me know because I'm quite away from the camera because I'm trying to teach standing right now. Okay, great. I'm going to tell you the names here. Later I tell you so fast. How many do I have? Two, three, four, five. Okay, so just start typing in it. Anyways, if you can't hear me because I'll be away from the camera, no, away from the microphone, I'm like something meter apart. So let me know if you can't hear me. So today is week 4. So we'll start, yes, no. So what we're doing today adalah I'm gonna prep you for your first assessment, which is the annotated bibliography. The annotated bibliography will happen in week 7. Okay, so week 7 now is week 4. Let me check my calendar. Allah, it's stuck my calendar. Hold on. Where's my calendar? Oh, I have to untie my calendar. Give me time. Lambat lah calendar. So lambat. But anyways, now it's week 4. Let me have a look. Week 4, week 5, week 6. This is Raya, right? Raya. So 4, 5, 6. It's probably on the 18th of May. So your test will probably be on the 18th of May when your week. So it will usually be done, like I said, it will be a common test. It will be done on a Friday. So it should be around the 21st of May, okay? So the 21st of May will be your first test. So it'll be done on a Friday, common test, and I think kalau ikutkan last semesters, it would be from 3 p.m. to about 5 p.m. So please put that down in your schedule. So let's say your lecturer is asking you to replace classical, or they're asking you to do whatever. Please tell them that that week will be your first test for ELC in your week. So please try to keep yourself free at that time. Okay, so your first test is annotated bibliography. So I don't know if you know what is an annotated bibliography. Basically, an annotated bibliography, panjang, I'm just going to call it AB because it's so long. Annotated bibliography is just so long to say it. So an AB is basically it's an academic research style summary of articles. So what you are going to do for the test adalah you will be given an article. So the article is about 1.5 pages long, and all you have to do adalah you have to summarize that 1.5 pages article to kepada about 1 paragraph. So like I said, the article is about 1.5 pages long, right? But your summary will just be about, you see, okay, very good. You see, it'll just be about this length. See, it's about half a page sahaja. So from 1.5 pages, you will summarize to about half. You can't see the lighting. Not a YouTuber, so I don't know. So you just get about half a page like this. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, when students, I will forever say this. It's only half a page. It's only half a page. It's only half a page. Students have a tendency to write very long annotated bibliography. It's not that. It is only about half a page sahaja for the purpose of ELC 550. And then some students they love to write in like many paragraphs, in point form, in bullet form. I don't know, page line. It's not that. It should just be like this. It should just be exactly like this. Your title here in 1 paragraph, and please justify the paragraph and the number of words and the reference. That's it. You don't have to do it in many paragraphs. Don't do it in bullet points. Don't do it in a different page sampai 20 muka surat. No, it's just like this, yeah? So this is the general, general outlook of your annotated bibliography. So far so good. Are you guys clear? Do you have any questions so far? I'm going to switch on the lights. Okay, I'm back. So, any questions so far about the general outlook of the annotated bibliography? Iso? Opso? Okay, no. So remember, it is only a half. Sorry, it's only half a page. It's about 300 words. I can't remember. Maybe I think it's 250 to 300 words. Yes, there is a limit. The word is about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can think of it, I forgot. I think it's 250 to 300 words. So please do not exceed 300, because whatever words after yang the number yang given to, I will cut the words and I will not read the words. So you'll miss a lot of points there. So remember, is this the title, the essay, the annotated bibliography, which is a summary, one paragraph, and then the number of words and then the reference. So just like this, okay? Just like this. Don't do it in bullet form, don't do it in point form, don't do it in a paragraph. Yeah, don't do it in like many paragraphs, just one paragraph. Okay? Now for the option, what's this? All right. Now this is the okay. This is the reference. We'll talk in detail about this lah. But the reference, you've got an option to do it dekat atas. You can either do it before you start writing, or you can do it after your summary has finished. Personally, for me, I like my reference to be here. I like it to be at the bottom. You may not be able to. I like it here. So if I teach my students, I like it down there. But it's not wrong if you do it up here. It's just that, it's preference. So I like it down there. So I want you to do it down there as well. Okay. So next, let's talk about the annotated bibliography. So once you get your article, okay, your article will be about contoh the obesity in Malaysia. That's it. The article is just about obesity. So when you read the article, you'll see causes of obesity in Malaysia. You'll see effects, contohnya, of obesity in Malaysia. You'll see the statistics. You'll see maybe the views of other people from other countries about the obesity rates in Malaysia. There'll be so many things in an article. Now, you'll get the question. When you look at the question, let's say it will say macam things like write an annotated bibliography of the effects of obesity in Malaysia, or the causes of obesity in Malaysia. So your summary will only focus on the causes or the effects. So even though there are many things that are being talked about in the article, please don't focus on these other things and only focus on whatever the question wants you to focus on. If it's about causes, you only extract causes from the article. If it's effect, only extract effects. Now, let's say they check out causes and effect. Let's say the questions want you to let's say the question wants you to write about the causes and the effects. Then you'll be extracting causes and then you'll be extracting effects as well. Okay, clear so far? So please make sure that you really read the question, because if you salah extra information, of course, you will lari tajuk, you will lari, the content will lari, and you will not have any content, so you will lose marks there. Okay, clear? Now, generally, okay, in this test, it will ask you to write 5 points. So contoh, write the causes of obesity in Malaysia. So you should have 5 causes of obesity in Malaysia. If it's effects, 5 effects of obesity in Malaysia. However, if it doesn't say, contoh, it says write the causes and effects of obesity. It wants both. The question wants you to have both causes and effects. 3 ke 2. So it's up to you. You can have 3 causes, 2 effects, or 3 effects and 2 causes. Depends on the information that you have in the article. Kalau the article has 3 causes, and then you take 3 causes and 2 effects. Kalau the article has 3 effects, then you take the 3 effects and the 2 causes. So it really depends on the question. Sometimes the question will specifically say, write the 3 causes and the 2 effects of obesity in Malaysia. So you have to make sure that you really read the question and focus on what the question wants. Okay, so far so good. Any question? No? Or am I lagging? Can you hear me? What about the lighting? So do I need one of those ring lights? Maybe I do. Okay, so if you don't have any question, I'm going to proceed. Okay. Now, how do you write an annotated bibliography? Okay, so the first thing that you must do adalah excuse me. Okay. Alright, clear ya, Amira? Anis Amira. So, sorry. Yes, Amira Izzati. The title. Okay, so Amira Izzati, yes, the title will be based on the question. So let's say the question is, what are the causes and effects of obesity in Malaysia? So your title will be at the top of your page. This is your Microsoft Word because I'm not going to take my laptop. Anyways, this will be your title lah kat sini. The causes and effects of obesity in Malaysia. Right on top of here. Okay, so the title, you don't have to crack your head to think of a title. The title can just be found in the question. All right, very easy, right? Okay, so this is your title. And then some people, they put the reference here, right below the title. Some people put down here. I prefer down here. Somebody else talk about that. So title and just your annotated bibliography. Bibliography about half a page long only. Remember, half a page long. Jangan buat 2 paragraphs, jangan buat 3-5 pages, jangan buat in bullet points. Only about this thing. About 300 words to 250 to 300 words, I think. Okay? Right. So how do you write an annotated bibliography? Now, first, the language. Let's talk about the language. I know your budak-budak sekarang, you have all this like wanna, gonna, gotta, kind of, matter, all those types of, you call that, spelling. Okay, this is an academic writing. So please avoid from using wanna, gonna, gotta, all that. Write going to, write want to. Please write in full spelling. And please don't use, please, try to avoid from using didn't, couldn't, can't, short forms. Use it in full. Did not, cannot, could not, do not, okay, things like that. And I make sure that I know you're used to typing secara WeChat or a social media language, but please make sure it's proper. Please be proper. So if you want to say I don't put it as I kecil, put it as I besar, the capital I, and then make sure that your comma is correct. I don't know why some students love to write then comma. Doesn't even make sense. Okay, please use proper punctuation, proper spelling. No, 250 words to 300, 250 to 300 words. Only the summary, Fazul. It doesn't. You don't have to count the rest of the gender title, the reference, blah 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 blah. It will not be counted. Only the whatever is here, whatever in the annotated bibliography. Whatever is here will be counted. Here, not counted. Only here. Okay. All right. Next, what was I? The language, right? Okay. Next, the most crucial part about this annotated bibliography, it's very, very, very crucial, is the language. Which part? The paraphrasing part. Paraphrase. Do you know what's paraphrasing? Have you heard of paraphrasing before? Paraphrasing. Do you guys know? Mariba. Araso, paraphrase. Have you heard the word paraphrasing before? Paraphrase. Oh yeah? You've heard? Wow, great. Okay. Anis Amira and Hidayah and Fatina, they heard of paraphrasing. Great. Generally, nice. Korang semua heard of paraphrasing. So I don't have to teach you guys about paraphrasing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No teaching. See? Jadi lecturer. No need to teach. No. So generally, I'm just gonna recap, yeah? So generally, paraphrasing means you write. It can be in the form of a spoken paraphrasing or a written paraphrasing, but in the case of our test, it will be a written thing lah. So you will write the points, your annotated bibliography, your sentences. Okay, using your own words, your own sentences based on your understanding without changing the meaning. So please do not change the meaning. So this is where I strongly encourage my students to use simple words. You don't have to use bombastic words. Like if you want to replace the word happy, for example, you use words like euphoric lah, bodoh lah. It doesn't make sense lah. Nanti bila because like big words, bombastic words like that, sometimes it does not suit the paragraph or the sentence. So please try to use simple words because it's very crucial that you tulis balik in your own words. And then when you paraphrase, it's very crucial that when you baca, you faham. And when I baca, I faham. Sometimes you write so bombastic that when I read, I'll be like, huh? Stop. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure that when you write, other people will be able to understand what you have written. So if I can't understand what you have written, that's not a good paraphrase because if I don't understand, how am I going to give you marks? So you have to make sure that when you write, I will be able, you have to think, lecturer aku faham tidak ni? Kau korang faham ke tak ni? So when you write, when you read and reread, make sure in your head, okay, I can understand. So it doesn't have to be bombastic. It doesn't have to be macam, using some slangs and jargons from the British community of medical doctors or the American scientific journal. I don't know. Just keep it simple and then make sure that people will be able to understand your paraphrase. So we'll be doing paraphrasing exercise later. After I finish with this teaching YouTube session. We'll be doing exercises later on Google Sheets. So I'll see you later dekat WhatsApp. Later. You wait. So that's paraphrasing. Secara senangnya, paraphrase is like okay, when you watch a movie, for example, Hindustan. I'm gonna take Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Okay, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. You know how cerita Hindustan, they're like 3 hours long. And then they've got the dancing in the middle. They've got all the zooming out, zooming in, zooming out kind of thing. Like the story is so long. And then there's whole like cerita zaman dulu kembali ke zaman sekarang, kembali ke zaman depan, you know lah kan Hindustan, 3 hours kan. So an annotated bibliography or paraphrasing is basically summarizing that 3 hour long movie into like maybe a 1 minute punya thing. For example, okay, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai is a movie about a couple of best friends. What's the name? Nama dia apa? Ranjit apa nama Syaruhan? Rahul and Priya? I cannot remember lah. It's about this one and this one. Rahul and Anjali. Thank you, Afika. I ingat. So it's about a couple of best friends, Rahul and Anjali, who separated because and then they reunited, and then after like how many years, and then Rahul has a child, and they fall in love. The end, they live happily ever after. So that's it. Summarizing a 3 hour long movie into like a 1 minute recap. Half 1 minute, 30 seconds, about 30 seconds punya recap. So that is an annotated bibliography. Summarizing a long article, jadi like half a page of an article. Okay? So the most important part of this is the language, and that is the paraphrasing. So this part is very, if you're good at paraphrasing, you have a lot of practice, you get a lot of marks tu je. This part, I can't really guarantee because it's based on your reading. You have to have schemata, you have to know how to write, yada. But I'll be helping in the sense that we'll be doing the latihan together. Alright. Semuanya, there are like free marks that you can get from this annotated bibliography. If I am not mistaken, the full marks is 30% kalau tak salah I think 30%. Can't remember. But contoh lah 30 it'll be 15% paraphrasing sahaja, and the other 15% this is the part where you can kind of easily get because it's just formatting. Okay, so itu nantilah kita cerita. Malas nak cakap lagi sebab nantilah cerita dia macam punctuation lah, and reference punya style lah, title lah, this lah, that lah, this lah, that lah, this lah, that lah. So later. Okay, next, paraphrasing done. So when you paraphrase or when you have paraphrase, you will have to do citation, right? So contohnya you want to say according to Dr. blah 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 blah, he mentioned that blah 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 in 2019 blah 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 blah. So after you have paraphrase, you will have to do citation. So citation is very crucial because ini pun you can get free marks. Citation, please use APA 7th edition citation style. So I will not be teaching that because if I teach, you guys will lupa. So what I want you to do adalah, for citation, Google it yourself. So please Google the latest 7th edition APA style format macam tu lah. Okay, so you have a look at how it's how they cite which part. Contoh lah Justin Bieber. So how do they do in-text citation and how do they do bibliography? So when you do citation, there are two things, in-text citation and the one in the bibliography. The in-text citation will be according to blah blah blah, and it will be here. It'll be in the text. I don't know if you can see. It'll be like this. Sini Smith, Johnson, and apa pun. So dalam sini, if it's in here, it will be called in-text citation. So in-text citation, one citation is half mark, and then it will be a maximum of 4 in-text citations. So that one 2 marks. So if you do it right, you'll get 2 marks just like that. Okay? So make sure you really find out how to do APA in-text citation according to the 7th edition format. So that's the first citation. That is called in-text citation. And then you and then, oh God. Okay. And then you will have okay. And then you have the citation down here. This citation down here is the bibliography part. Okay, for that part, you have to find out macam mana the reference style in the 7th edition APA citation format. So that one is if I'm not mistaken, 1 mark or 2 marks. I can't remember. Is it 1 or 2? I think 1 ke 2, but whatever it is, it's also another easy way to get marks. So please follow the format. You follow, you will get. That's it, senang. Okay, so that's one. And then okay, the thing is, the APA citation format ni, it changes tau. For example, last semester, they used the 7th edition. Okay, this semester, I don't know what the world is using. So, kita always get ourselves up to date with whatever the latest. So, I always tell my students to just Google latest APA citation format. Look for the in-text and look for the reference, because we have to keep up with the world. So kalau the world tiba-tiba this semester, your semester guna the 8th edition, so you'll be using the 8th edition. If the world is still using 7th, we'll be using 7th. So that's why I say I tak nak ajar, because it changes every year. It changes, no, maybe a few years. Tapi macam, that's why I say you find it on your own, because it changes, yeah. So that's about citation. Okay. So far so good. Before I proceed, do you have any questions so far? I'm dying. Any question? Isa? Absa? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to assume no question. No? Okay. So, senang kot, no question. It's very senang. This is like petik jari ke. Miss, is the text citation count? No. Like I said to, I think it was Fazul, text citation, title, Kejap, text citation ni mana? In-text citation Kalau in-text citation, yes, it will be counted. So in-text citation, dia punya count is like this. No matter how long, contoh Bieber, Kardashian, lagi Johnson, whatever the 10 nama and then 2015, it's very long kan. No matter how long it is, it's counted as one. So in-text citation will be counted as one, no matter how long or how short. So even if it's according to Bieber dalam kurungan 2015, so Bieber 2015 tu is one word. According to Bieber, 2015, panjang, one word. Okay, so in-text citation, one word. So that's it. Any more? Okay, I'm assuming. Okay, Miss, will the article be provided with the final? The article will be for the test. I'm just talking about the test dulu. For the test, the article will be provided. But okay, I remember I said last week that you and your group, you and your team members, you have to find a topic. Remember that I said last week that you have to come up with your topic. Okay, for that assessment, which is assessment 2 and assessment 3, sebab assessment 3 adalah kesinambungan of assessment 2. So for your assessment 2 and assessment 3, you will find the article. So there are 4 of you in the team. So each one of you will find one article, just one article only. One article per person only. So for the assessment 2 and assessment 3, you find the article, but for the text, the article will be provided by the ELC 550 team. Yeah, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I think I answered the question, right? Don't worry. Anything else? Oh, the test, of course, will be online. Kalau dulu, if you, let's say you want to replace words, but you don't have an idea, you are allowed to use dictionary yang the buku kind, the buku kind. Students dulu will have to bring dictionary to class. What ada duit in this buku? Wait, whose dictionary is this? Oh. Wah, whose money? More. Whose dictionary is it? Is it my dictionary? Oh, I have money. Okay, iklan. So, dulu, when you want to do paraphrasing, sometimes you, like I said, you want to find a replacement for the word happy. Okay, so you don't know. You just, I'm so stuck. So you can just open your dictionary, find happy, find other words you can replace. Right. Ana Samira siapa? I don't even know whose dictionary is this. No, I think it's probably mine, but I don't know. But anyways, let's know lah. Okay, so you will have to use a dictionary. So students will have to bring a dictionary to class. Okay, but because this is the ODL semester, so students are allowed. Kanidayati, magic. I don't know where that money came from. Okay, so because this is ODL, so students are allowed to use the online dictionary. So there are many dictionaries that you can use, such as the Merriam-Webster, Oxford. Personally, I like Macmillan, but I can't find my Macmillan dictionary. So in a kotak somewhere, I don't know. Whatever lah. But yeah, you are allowed to use an online dictionary for this test to replace words that you don't. Contoh you like stuck, you don't know. Nak guna happy tu nak guna apa, nak replace dengan apa. So you can use the online dictionary. Okay? That's about the dictionary lah. Okay, paraphrasing done, EPA done. Okay, when you paraphrase, this you have the option to paraphrase either words. So, contohnya it's a 5 sentence, it's one from the article tu dia 5 sentence. So you just want to change satu sentence tu kepada your own words, okay, boleh, but that's the most basic, and then you will not get 15 marks lah if you do that. However, if from this 5 sentence, you baca, you fahamkan balik, you use your own words balik, that one yang you'll get more marks. So, you don't have to use replace. Dia macam tak payah replace word ni dengan word ni, dengan word ni, dengan word ni. No. You read the whole sentence, you fahamkan, and then you use your own words. Contoh the word like, okay, I'm just going to do something very easy, okay? Now, I'm going to type your answer in the chat section. So, paraphrase this, just, to make sure you see how it's done. Okay, the sentence, So, you went to a seminar, a cooking seminar, a cooking show. So, you are watching my cooking show, some cooking. So, in the show, I say, I say, I like to eat tom yum. So, that's what I said. I like to eat tom yum. As I was cooking on the show, I said, I like to eat tom yum. Okay, now I want you to paraphrase that in the chat section. Try to paraphrase and have a look at your answer. Think to lose weight a little bit. No, a lot bit. Because the screen makes me look fat. If I go close, besar kepala lengan aku. Go back. Still besar. So, I have to lose weight. Alright, paraphrase the word, not the word, paraphrase the word. Tom yum is my favorite food. Okay, Anis Amira said tom yum is my favorite food. Okay, next person. Yes, Anis Amira, you telah, you got it wrong because you said tom yum is my favorite food. Meaning you cakap, you yang suka tom yum. Padahal, I yang tengah masak, I yang tengah cakap. Kenapa you nak cakap you yang suka tom yum? So that is changing the meaning. If you do that, of course lah, kedolak mata. So, can't do that. Now, Kad tulis Chef Salina is fond of tom yum. Correct. Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. He did not change the meaning. She. Is it Kadratul? I think lah. Sekejap. Let me tengok balik. Kadratul. Is it? Contoh mata kudasai ni. Khadijah. Sorry, I tak hafal nama orang lagi. Minta maaf. Jangan benci. Khadijah. Siti Nur Khadijah Ghazali. Okay, sorry Khadijah. Okay, so yes, Khadijah said Chef Salina is fond of tom yum. So it's correct because it's a cooking show. So mungkin dia dah introduce, hi, welcome to my show. My name is Chef Salina. I'm from blah, blah, blah. So Chef Salina, correct, is fond of tom yum, correct. During the cooking show, the chef that she likes it. Correct, Ken, Fatin Afika, yes. Sorry Khadijah. Bahasa Korea minta maaf. Biar ni. I'm malu. Okay, so yes, Anis Amira accidentally, is it Anis Amira? Yes, Anis Amira accidentally changed the meaning, so that's wrong. But Fatin Afika and Khadijah binti Ghazali got the answer correct. So that's how you do it, okay? Very easy, right? Para pandai, udah mana pandai. So I don't have to spend a lot of time teaching. Dia bermain korang. Okay, so that is the kind of exercise that we'll be doing later, but it won't be as easy as I let it tom yum lah kan. Alright, so next, mana tadi? Okay, now, when you do the annotated bibliography, so dia akan cakap, contoh, write an annotated bibliography of the causes of obesity in Malaysia. So the causes of obesity in Malaysia will be the main idea, meaning you pun adalah you punya annotated bibliography, you will have your title. So before you write anything, you kena ada introduction lah. Jadi kita borak pasal introduction. So you have the introduction and then you want to terus cakap the first point. So the first main point tu is the first main idea. The first cause or the cause of obesity in Malaysia is, contoh Bazar Ramadan. If I go to Bazar Ramadan, I'll be obese. Sebab baik kerang bakar lah, roti john lah, murtabak lah, dan aku lalu nampak haripat. Haripat dah nampak putu mayam. Putu mayam. So, okay. So Bazaar Ramadan, the first cause of obesity is going to Bazaar Ramadan, contoh. So that one, the first cause of obesity is going to Bazaar Ramadan. That will be the first main point or the first main idea. So where do you get this main idea? You can't come up with the main idea on your own. So the main idea will be from the article. So you have to tengok the article, extract the information from the article. You cannot use your own idea. You cannot use your own opinion. You cannot use your own instinct. Okay, so it's written there. Memang ada lah artikel tu pasal Bazaar Ramadan. So you take it out. Okay, so that is the main idea. So after you have written the main idea, you have to have the supporting details. So the supporting details ni, contoh cakap tadi lah, when a person goes to Bazaar Ramadan, like me, the first gerai, they want to buy. The second gerai see, you want to buy. Third gerai go, want to buy. Fourth gerai, you get all the way until the end, all buy. So that's the cause of obesity. Because when you get home, you will eat everything, and if you don't finish, you eat again, itulah obesity. So cerita those stories at the bottom tu, below your main idea, or bawah sebelah cerita tu, whatever you cerita to support why going to Bazaar Ramadan will cause obesity, that will be your supporting details. So where do you get supporting details? Not from your opinion, not from your idea, but from the article. Okay, so everything, supporting idea, main idea, supporting details, even the examples ke, apa benda ke, everything will come from the article. So far so good? Yeah? So you should have 5 main ideas, and then supporting details too, up to you. You can have as many as you want, or you can just have one if you want, as long as they come from the article and as long as you do not exceed the word count. Okay? Okay, harap so. Any questions, Shiva? Bangga juga mengajar tinggi ni. Guess 1 year I spent teaching while sitting down. I'm not used to it. I love standing up when I teach. So, taklah mengah sikit. Maybe puasa. Kan sebab puasa. Kalau in class, I can teach while drinking my coffee. Macam gadis-gadis urban. Wah, datang ke rumah Starbucks kau. Anyways. Any question? Arasa. Okay, great. Okay, so we're moving on. So like I said, your annotated bibliography, okay, will just be in one paragraph. Remember paragraph, bukan bullet points, bukan 3 paragraph, bukan 14 paragraph, bukan 15 muka surat. It's one paragraph. So, your title, the causes of obesity in Malaysia. Title here, and then your annotated bibliography, and then your number of words, and then your reference. Okay, imagine lah, you can imagine lah. This is my schedule. You see, it's color, you know, color. Anyways, okay. Now, title kan tadi. So bawah title ni, of course, you will have like one sentence that will be your introduction. This journal article talks about blah 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 blah, and then you have the first cause of obesity is blah blah blah, and then you have your supporting dia lah. This happens because when person goes to Bazaar Ramadan, blah 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 blah. The second cause of obesity is blah 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 blah. Sampailah the fifth cause of obesity is blah 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 blah. Habis. But before you end your annotated bibliography, you have to write like a few sentences on these 5 items. So these 5 items adalah items yang wajib, and trust me, you letak 5, you will get 5 marks just like that. Apakah items ni? So these items adalah, we call it as critical response. So you give a critical response of the article. Contoh, you talk about the author punya tone. For example, the tone of this article is, contoh, it's a funny punya article. It's humorous. This is, you explain lah kenapa dia humorous. You can see words like blah 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 blah, whatever lah. And then lepas tone, you talk about dia punya intended audience. There are many things, I'll tell you later, but you have to have it kat bawah. But then bukan kat bawah means bawah perenggan. Meaning kan, I'll show you. So this part, cerita, first main idea, second main idea, maybe a lot around from here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 lines ni 4 lines ni would be the critical response. It's here. Jangan buat kat bawah as in kat sini, no Still in this paragraph, still in this annotated bibliography, maybe about 1, 2, you maybe start from because ni. From because ni would be the critical response. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines ni about the critical response. Okay, so it should be here. Now, some students will ask, can I do critical response ke atas? Can I do critical response after first main idea? No. Please, bukanlah no macam ni. In real life, when you do your own critical response, you can do it however you want to do it. There's no macam specific way. Ini cara dia. No, tak ada. It's just that for the purpose of ELC 550. Katalah you baca-baca nanti orang kata critical response kat atas, kenapa Miss tak bagi kan? Kenapa Miss ni berkira ke dekat? No, it's not that. It's not I tak bagi. It's because for the purpose of ELC 550, the ELC 550 team, diorang they have decided that to make it like more organized, to make it easier for the pensyarah to give marks, to make it easier for students to focus. Okay, they have decided that the critical response letak kat bawah before you end your annotated bibliography. Okay, so if you katalah when you do your reading about annotated bibliography, you find that kenapa Miss ni kata tak boleh kat sini, one boleh kat sini, one boleh kat sini. Remember, it's not that I say tak boleh, it's that the team has decided for you to put it down there because of, like I said lah, the reason saya nak marking, tak adalah bentuk serabai, cannot see where it is, and then you can be focused, dah habis main idea, now focus on critical response. So that is the purpose of the team deciding for you to do it kat bawah, okay? Now, there are berapa items lah? I think they have about 7, 8, 9, 10. Banyaklah items that you can talk about, but for the critical, dalam tu you choose 5 je. You choose 5. So I like my students to buat benda paling senang, which is the tone of the article. Ada artikel ni humorous ke, dia serious ke, dia informative ke. Okay, when you read, you will be able to see, oh ni bagi information, oh this is humorous, oh the tone is very sarcastic ke, kan? So you will be able to see once you read. So that's the tone. And then talk about the intended audience. Like, who is the intended audience of this article? So generally, selalunya jawapan selamat be this article is intended for the general public. Itu jawapan selamat, tapi dia macam sangat cliche. It's like, bosannya general public. So try to be specific. This article is intended for college students who are going through ODS, or causes of obesity tadi kan. So this article is intended for the general public, but it's contohnya the main focus is more towards the students who are going through the ODL because they tend to gain weight. During the ODL, like my lecturer who gained 55 million kilograms in ODL. Okay, so the most cliche intended audience would be the general public, but if you can, try to find the more specific intended audience. So that's second. And then talk about the dia punya maybe the strength of the argument. So the author's argument is very strong because the author uses a lot of references from journals ke studies. Ataupun if you feel that the author's argument is weak, cakap the author's argument is weak because the author doesn't use academic references to support her ideas and her opinions. So it's up to you. There's no right or wrong as long as it's logical, as long as it makes sense, so you get marks, inshallah. And then tadi apa? Reasoning dan audience. Okay, dia punya tone and dia punya purpose. What is the purpose? The purpose of this article is to contoh spread information or educate people on how it's to create awareness on the causes of obesity, so people will be able to avoid these things so that they will not gain weight contohnya. So tadi purpose, tone, dan audience, reasoning, I can talk about dia punya talk about the author's language. Contohnya, you can talk about that. You can say the author uses the language of the article is very easy to understand. Contohnya, because the author uses words that are direct and simple words which make people easy to understand. Atau you can say the language of the article is very complicated. It makes people unable, people yang bukan from medical background not be able to understand because they use words like this lah, that lah, this lah, that lah. Okay, so there are many things that you can talk about, but only focus on 5. So things that you can focus on would be intended audience, purpose, tone, apa tadi, reasoning dia strong or weak, ataupun dia punya apa tadi saya cakap untuk ingat. Mana tak ingat. But yeah, I'll give you a list of the things you know that you can do as your critical response, but focus on 5. Okay? Lepas tu, what else? That's all. So, this step yang I have just taught you for your test will be the steps that you will use for your assessment 2 and assessment 3. That's why I want you to go to YouTube hari ni, because I want to give a lecture on that, because that will be basically the same method that you will use for your assessment 2 and assessment 3. Okay? So far so good. Any question? Anything that you're not sure of, you are unclear of? Before we proceed to our before we proceed to our WhatsApp session. Any question? No question? Ke I yang tengah lagging? I seem to be okay. No question? I can see my, like, all the imperfections of my physical, my freckles. You can see my eyeshadow. Okay, so thank you, Anis Amira, for responding to me. I feel so alone. Ada. Allah. Alia, Miss, so is it one main idea per sentence? Yes, one main idea per sentence. Tapi if you want to do in one sentence too, you want to do main idea and supporting detail, boleh, but it should be about the same thing. It should be about going to Bazaar Ramadan. Don't talk about tiba-tiba that sentence going to Bazaar Ramadan and going to the supermarket. It should just be one sentence tu about the same thing, about Bazaar Ramadan je. Going to Bazaar Ramadan causing effect because of that. Just that. Jangan tiba-tiba pasal supermarket lah, pasal tengok TV show lah, pasal Instagram lah, things like that. No, but why you so cute? Seri pun comel. Kan saya cakap Seri yang manis. Gitu. Dah bercin. Benda ni recorded. Kalau orang tengok I punya teaching, apa lecture dia masuk air? Itulah AAS 550. They don't know, only we know. Okay, so serious. Back to Alia Syed. One sentence can be one main idea, lepas tu next sentence supporting detail, or one sentence tu ada both supporting detail and main idea but of the same point, of the same issue. Okay, so nama Hafsah, hebat I mengajar, tak ada orang soalan pun. Ya ke hebat, kamu pun tak dengar. How do we end the sentence of the summary? You end it by talking about the critical response. That's it. There's no macam in conclusion tak ya, because it's not an essay. It doesn't want your opinion. It doesn't want anything from you. So you don't have to end it beria in conclusion on it. So just end it by saying the purpose of this article is to so that people aware of the in Malaysia. That's it. Settle. So you end it with your critical response. Anything else? Kalau YouTuber mungkin untuk muka buruk macam saya tiba-tiba ke kamera tengok semua kan. My image look so fair. I'm so putih. putih in the screen. I'm not this putih in real life. Putih ni I. Nampak tu dark circle. Okay, no more questions. So I'm assuming that you don't have any more questions. So I will end my YouTube session, aka the lecture, and I'll see you in our WhatsApp group. Yeah. So we'll be doing exercises on paraphrasing. So let's go to WhatsApp. If you have no more questions, great. If you have any questions, you can always ask in our WhatsApp group. Oh, and then kejap before I let you go. Okay, so you have your team kan yang you have buat dekat the sign up sheet on Google. So you're going to have to do adalah today you are going to create a WhatsApp group, and I will have to be in the WhatsApp group because we'll be doing group consultation about your topic. So please create a WhatsApp group. And then my WhatsApp is set to private macam tu. So you need to send me like apa tu orang kata, like a request to join macam tu lah. So create a WhatsApp group, name it as whatever you want to name it as for now. Tak kisahlah you nak namakan 4 gadis cantik ataupun 4 dara duduk di tepi sungai. Name it as whatever you want to name it. But once I have said yes to your topic, then your WhatsApp group will be named as your topic. But for now, just name it as whatever you want and make sure that I am included in the WhatsApp group. Okay, the rules of the WhatsApp group adalah you can treat it as however you want it. You want to use bahasa Malaysia in the WhatsApp group, you nak bergaduh in the WhatsApp group, whatever you want to do it. Pretend that I'm not in there because I won't be judging you. I just want to be there because I want to see your progression in discussion because I'm not able to see your discussion in real life. So I need to know if you guys are discussing ke tidak kan, because it's online. So I need proof. Katalah macam whatever happens, I can say that okay, these students memang they have been discussing, I've been in there, blah blah blah. So it's a way to protect yourself and protect myself in case apa-apa jadi. So you can even use bahasa Malaysia. You want to guna bahasa WeChat if you want, do whatever you want in that WhatsApp group. Cuma when you want to ask me questions, contohnya you don't understand something, you want to say, Miss, is this okay? Then you use English and you be proper. But otherwise, macam lah aku proper sangat kan. But otherwise, when you are in the WhatsApp group, pretend that I'm not there. Okay? So I just want you to discuss kat dalam because I want to be able to see if katalah macam contoh in the end ada somebody tak buat assessment, tak buat kerja. Dia ni macam tak apalah, apa benda kasi, lah memang during discussion nama dia tak ada. So you know how we have freeloaders, free riders in a group. So we have that as proof. Tengok ni Miss, dia seorang dia ni tak muncul tiba, always MIA and whatnot. So create a WhatsApp group today. Include me in the WhatsApp group, but pretend that I'm not there unless you want to ask me a question. So when you want to ask me a question, that's when you use English and that's when you macam behave lah sikit. Tapi, I put tak behave sangat kan. So just, relax. Yeah. Okay, so with that, I will end our YouTube session and I'll see you in our WhatsApp. We'll go to the main group first and then we'll go to the small groups, yeah? Okay? Okay. So I assume no more questions. So goodbye everybody. Thank you and I'll see you in our WhatsApp group. Bye. Ciao. Kalau bahasa tu annyeong. Annyeonghaseyo. Bye Serene.